Welcome to the demo video of our inventory tracker spreadsheet. Our inventory tracker spreadsheet consists of 3 tabs. A product tab where you can keep track of all your product inventory, a material tab where you can keep track of all your material inventory, and an overview tab where you can easily see which materials and products are low in stock and keep track of when you've done last an inventory check and what your inventory value is for both materials and products. When you open your spreadsheet, we advise you to start on the Overview tab, mainly for the reason as that this is where you can change your currency. So for example, if you don't use the dollar sign in your currency, what you can do is just double click on this field and type in a currency sign or abbreviation of your own, such as the euro sign. When you enter this here, if you now go to the Materials tab and the Products tab, you can see that your currency has been updated everywhere else. You'll be able to find some other information on your inventory overview as well, such as today's date, the last update you've done. So for example, you can add information here. So let's say it is currently 22nd of December and on the 1st of December you've done your last update and you're planning to do another one on the 1st of January. You can just add this information here. You'll also be able to see a materials inventory value here, so the total from your materials tab and your products inventory value. These get updated automatically for you. You'll also find a to-do sheet here, so you can add some information if you like, and all other information including the materials, the products graph, the products overview, and the materials overview updated automatically for you once we start adding some information to the materials and the products tab. So let's head over to the next tab so we can have a better look at to see how this actually looks like. The materials tab was added for those that are not resellers but create handmade products and keep track of their material inventory as well as their product inventory. It is of course optional if you use one or both tabs, but we've added the option for both so you can have a better overview to see of what you have in raw materials and what you have in ready to sell products. The materials tab is very easy to use. Basically all you have to do is enter your information here down below. All the light gray fields update automatically for you, so for that reason we recommend not adding any information here as it will overwrite the formulas. Now we've already added some information, so let's have a better look and see what this looks like. So you can add a material number ID. So for example, if you use a SKU number yourself, what you can do is add a number here, and then you can enter the name of the material, the total price that you paid for the material, the unit, and the number of units. The price per unit will then automatically be calculated for you. Now, one question we often receive is what type of unit to use. And the reality is you can use it in whatever way it works for you. So for example, you purchase some glycerin and you purchase a kilogram of glycerin. You paid a total of $15 for it. Now, if you, for example, make soap by the batches and you use a kilogram every single time, you can just add the unit number of kilogram here and then enter the amount of units 1. So let's say then in that case, if you've purchased 5 units, you paid $75, you can add a unit number of 5 here. And you'll see that the price per unit will automatically be calculated for you. Now let's say that you use glycerin by the amount of grams, and that's how you keep track of your inventory. What you can do is enter grams here, and now instead of 5 grams, you purchase 5,000 grams. And now you can see that your price per unit is 2 cents. So basically, yeah, you can add it in any way you like and any way that works for you on how you keep track of your inventory. Now that you've added your information about your materials, what you can do is add the quantity that you have and the minimum quantity that you would like to have in stock. So let's say, for example, you've used half of your glycerin at the moment and you still have 2,500 grams left. Now let's say that you always want to have a minimum quantity of 3,500 grams in stock, just to be sure. If you now add this information, you can see that the quantity is now low in stock. So the status and your inventory value get updated automatically for you. Now let's say you keep using more and more while you've ordered and now your quantity is 0, you can now see that it will automatically update to no stock. Let's say you restock and you now have 5,000 in stock again, 5,000 grams. You can now see that it automatically updates to in stock. So basically all you have to do is just one time set a minimum quantity, the quantity that basically you always want to have in stock, and then all you have to do once you do your inventory is just update your quantity. Then your status, inventory value automatically get updated for you. In addition to the inventory value and the status, we've also added a section on the back here where you can add some information about the supplier. So basically this way, for every material that you have, you can add a link to the supplier, for example, if you order it online. And we've also added some columns where you can add some information about when you've ordered a material. So for example, you can add when you've ordered it, when you expect the material to arrive, but also the order status. So perhaps even a link to the tracking number so you can easily keep track of all your orders for all your materials. Now let's add a couple of more information about the other examples that we've added so we can head back to the overview tab and see what this looks like. So now that we've added the information, we can immediately see what our inventory value is here, and we can able to see what the status is for each and every single material. Now when you head back to the overview tab, you can see that your materials section on the top here have been updated. So if you click on this, you can see you have one material low in stock, one in no stock, and two that are in stock. You'll also be able to see on the materials in the bottom here that your shea butter has a quantity of 3,500 and your lemon essential oil has a quantity of 0. Now, if you had added an order status, so for example, reordered or waiting for the material to arrive, you would have seen this information down below here as well. Now that we've added this information, we can also see that our materials inventory value has automatically been updated as well. Now there's one feature that we still wanted to show you, which is the slicer bar that we have added on the top here. The slicer bar is mainly beneficial for those that have a lot of raw materials. So let's say, for example, you have hundreds of raw materials that you use and you don't want to have to scroll through the list every single time when you're updating inventory. What you can do is use the slicer bar instead. So let's say, for example, you ordered some materials and everything has arrived and you want to update all the products that are in low stock or no stock. What you can do is simply double click on this bar, and now you can select the column by which you want to filter. This is standard set to status. So if this is not set to status, you can change this, but if it is, just click on this X. Now when you click on this little arrow here, a pop-up menu will pop up and you can select for which information you want to see. So in our case, we don't want to see any of the blank information and we don't want to see any of the materials that are in stock. We only want to see the materials that are in low stock or no stock. Now we simply click OK. A warning might pop up, you can go ahead and just click OK. Now you can see that in the whole overview, only the materials with low stock and no stock will show. This way, if you have hundreds of materials, you'll easily be able to see only these without having to scroll through the whole list. Now, if you want to see your full list again, all you have to do is just click on this little arrow again, and now just click on blanks and in stock, click OK, and click OK again, and everything will show exactly the way it was before again. Now that we've had a better look at how the Material tab works, let's have a look at the Products tab. The Products tab works the same as the Materials tab in the sense that you only have to enter the information into the white fields. All the light gray fields will update automatically for you. Now in your product inventory, all you have to do is basically add the item. If you like, add the SKU number. You can add the sale price for which you sell your product. You can enter the quantity and the minimum quantity that you'd like to have in stock. So let's say, for example, you sell soap. So let's say soap bar lemon. This is SKU number 1 and you sell this for $7.95. Now let's say you have 10 in stock, but you want to have at least a minimum of 50 in stock. You can see that the status option and inventory value automatically get added for you. So let's say, for example, you've restocked and you've created some more and your quantity is now 75. You can see that your status updates automatically. We've also added a section for restocking status here. So let's say, for example, you're currently busy creating new ones. You can just say creating soap. You can add any type of restocking status that you like, just basically what works for you. We've also added a section in the back here that will help you with calculating your inventory profit and your profit margin. So let's say for every lemon soap bar they create, your material cost is $2. It will cost you about $1 to create, and you spend another 50 cents on packaging and any other gift cards or thank you cards that you might add. You can see that for every soap bar you sell, your profit will be $4.45, which is a profit margin of 56 cents. You'll now also be able to see your inventory profit, which is the profit times the quantity that you have in stock. So now if you've added some more information, so let's say you also make a soap bar lavender. This is SKU number 2. You sell this for $8.95. You have 10 in stock, but you would like to have 50 in stock. Now when you add this information and you head over to the overview tab, just like the materials section, these two have updated. So let's say, for example, you click on here, you can now see that you have one product low in stock and you have one product that is high in stock. You can now also see that since your soap bar lavender has a low stock, it has been added to the overview here. So you can see that it only has a quantity of 10, so you'll easily be able to see which products you need to create. Now you'll also be able to see that also the product's inventory value has updated here automatically for you. And basically that is it, and that is everything you need to know about the inventory tracker. If you have any other questions about the inventory tracker, I'll be sure to leave some contact information in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.